Okay, this is a replay. I just thought it'd be interesting to start recording me playing some Stratego. I'm a big fan of all strategy games. Here, let's turn down the volume a tiny bit. There we go. Alright, let's begin. Here, let's turn up the speed a tiny bit. Whoa. So, before we get too far, my general strategy here is that this is my bait right over in this area, um, so that it kind of looks like this is my flag. Here's where my actual flag is, and these are kind of my mid units. My plan is for them to be my late game units that act as like, because what most people do is they wait for, you know, a bunch of attrition to happen, and then they have all their good units, and then they have a couple threes left, and they wait to kill bombs. In this case, I don't care if they have a bunch of threes left. Because I think that oh no, I just realized the meme. Anyway, let's continue. I just scouted to see what that is. He already threw a 7 out pretty early, so now I'm just gonna leave this all here. Thought it would be important to scout there as well. So already what you're seeing here is I'm trying to get all of my smaller units over, just kind of out of the way, but also I noticed that we already his 7 and 5 are over here. So I'm just going to let it happen until they make a play mistake. Also, I have been known to do some pretty silly things, like put bombs in the front. Actually, I think that this one ends up being a bomb. So, this game has so much fun to it. So now, like, I'm acting like this 2 as a unit is big. Like, so the big part of the strategy is baiting your opponent into doing stupid things. Because, they're so used to really basic things. So they actually just got rid of one of his... I think that was kind of an important scout for him to lose. Him not knowing what is going on. So notice how I'm already, like... I'm trying to show off this... Like, make them think, hey, this has got to be the flag. Look how, he's being all aggressive in this area and has this triangle. So I begin scouting again. He's got a 4 there. That's pretty normal. The 7 is the only one where I was like, wow, you used a 7 that early on? That can really backfire. And you see, he has no idea what he's supposed to do here. He has been just, like, flipping his units around here. Like, I doubt any of these are 3s. Why would you put your 3s up here? So I'm guessing these are, like, 4s that are just going to be lost. And 4s tend to not even really come to the game. I just see them as like super scouts. So at some point he's got to figure out like what's going on here. So I reveal that this isn't a bomb because I actually kind of don't want that 4 to know what's going on. I see that that's a 6, so I'm just gonna start moving forward. And if moving this 7 here, some might consider this a mistake. And I kind of feel that way too. I think the really big trick is just not letting that influence you too much. It's okay to make play mistakes in this game, because it's really, as long as you're thinking about it, you can come back. As long as you're not losing, like, your 8s. If you're losing your 8s, 9s, and 10s, you're kind of screwed. But I actually see 6s and 7s as pretty equal pieces in the late game, because my big plan is to get rid of all their 8s and their 7s anyway. As you see, he did not have that 6 defended by an 8. I don't know why. That it makes total sense for him to have all this if an 8 is right there. Yeah, I think that was bad on my part. I think I was just getting too into the attrition. So there's a 6. So he just threw a lot of the good stuff. Now I reveal the 9s here. So what you're gonna notice is that this 9 is gonna be that the 9 and the 1 are always like the most important pieces in my experience so far. Obviously, this is an iron game. I'm iron 2 right now, but my plan is to see how if I can just get to the top of this. I think that was a great time to scout. Gotta know what my opponent's after. I kind of led him on. Now I got my 6. I'm ready to take that 5. And once again, he is really messing around over here. Like when I see that they aren't moving into the middles, it means that they're 10s in this area. I think that all of his really big stuff is here, and that he's just put all of his like I always put my 3s in the back, but I notice some of these low rank players just throw their big units out and pray to God. Got a scout. So he just moved that down there, and I don't know if that was a bait or a bluff, but did not care if he took my 6 in this particular scenario. And look, he just keeps on putting units here, and I don't know why. I don't know what it doesn't feel like he has a plan. It feels like he's like waiting for me to make a mistake. Which, maybe I should learn from that. I think it might be a better strategy to just like wait for your opponent to make a bunch of mistakes. And like, losing your scouts really matters in the end when you're not actually scouting any new info. It's fine if you get good info. So here's the bomb. I needed to know, because like this also feels like it. This feels like what I'm doing. This feels like a bait, but I'm doing an opposite bait. I'm making this look like a bomb so that they'll put a 3 at it, as where he has a bomb here, and there's no way this is his flag. The fact that he is not defend, I have no illusions whatsoever that this is his flag. So he goes up here. He sacrifices his 5 for some reason. I don't know why. He's just sacking pieces all over the place. And now, so you'll see what I'm doing here. I'm getting my 10 over here because I'm like, okay, so he's got to throw some bigger pieces because this 6 is just like, yes, we're pretty equal in numbers, but he has some pretty pivotal pieces missing. He just keeps on throwing away 3s and 2s and whatnot, and now I'll just take a bomb for free. That's gonna be a 4 or whatever. Yeah, like it's an obvious bait, but I'll trade a 3 for a bomb. And we're just gonna keep on moving forward. I know that's a 4. I'm gonna take that 4 when he threatens the 6. I have no idea what he thinks he was threatening me with. It feels like he keeps on threatening me with 2s. And look at this little cluster he's made. So right now I'm just like, okay, like check this little formation out, where I just knew, I had a feeling that was another garbage piece. I even thought it was 2. I didn't think he'd sack a 5. 5s are so important in this game, like for the end game when everything's kind of crappy. As you'll see, look at the info I have so far. I still haven't found his 9. I still haven't found his 10. And I don't think I found any of his 8s. So this little death spiral right here is about to annihilate him. Why does he keep throwing his 3s at me? Does he I see my 6 as a scout at this point with like how many pieces. Like, look how quickly he went from an even game to now he has nothing. He is, like, dying and bleeding. He's gonna have to pray that I lose my 10 out of nowhere. And I do tend to do that. I tend to get a little aggressive when I'm like, okay, now I know exactly where they're spotting, and I actually didn't. So, as I was saying, I had to know where his fucking 9 was. As you'll see, I think I go into panic mode here, actually. Where I'm like, oh no, do I have to bring my 10 down there? And I'm like, wait, actually? Maybe I just let him kill all my stuff, and he just can't do anything. Yeah, I think that this is where I start pretending like my 9 is a bomb or something. And once again, he just keeps throwing his 2, getting no new information. Alright, finally he's gotten rid of my 6. And right here, I think he's trying to confuse me as to where his 9 is. Or he's just saying, oh no, I actually need to start taking care of this. Little does he understand. My 10's right here. And he had this whole area, if he had actually gone and attacked all this, he'd be doing... I never think you should put your 9 all the way down here in the mid game. You want it on defense. And like you see, I love having my 9 here. So there I think this is a very pivotal piece to know. So now, my brain says, okay, so that was his 9. This is his 10, I guess. So now I'm going to use this 3 as a scout. And using 3s as scouts, try not to do it too often. It's a 2. He bluffed me with a 2. Congratulations. And like, look at this. He was so sure that I was screwed here. He hasn't conceded. I'm actually pretty proud of him. I'd concede. If I just made that mistake. There's an example of when I am just like, wait, I can't remember what this piece is. Because he did do the shuffling. He succeeded in messing with me. And I was like, I don't remember if that's the 7 or the 4, and I just needed to know. So here I'm pretty, my 10 is pretty safe. Oh, I'm about to make him feel really, really, happy. That's a bomb, dude. And I am such an idiot. I don't know why I decide to do what's gonna happen. Oh, that made me so happy. I was fine with trading. Oh my god, here it is. Oh, I screamed when I did that. I'm like, wait, no, what am I doing? I even had the 3 right there. It was so nasty. So now, this is why I wanted to post this. This game actually becomes interesting. Because it just shows how inexperienced I am at this game. That I think it's okay to just basically throw my stuff away. There's this 8. Glad I got my 8. I don't want to trade an 8 for an 8. Oh, he knew that. There's no way he didn't know that was a 9. I actually think that might have been open info. So here I'm just scouting. I'm like, okay, what do you got there? 3? Cool. Don't know why you're putting your 3 in that kind of position. Once again, I deserve to lose this game for bombing my 10. Like, he threw away his 9, but man, where is his 10? Is it hiding with the flag? And I've been pretending this is a bomb until I have to. Pretending you have a bomb here, this can be so nasty. So now I'm like starting to feel like that has to be the 10. and it's an 8. So here I think I trade an 8 for an 8. I think that's pretty good idea. Alright, now I got my 3. Gonna use it as a scout. Now comes the bait. Now is where I move this like, hey, look! None of this is moved. What could it be? Now, here comes this. Well, ooh, and I killed a spy. Too bad I killed my 10 out of nowhere. Oh, I'm not moving this 9. Alright, so here's the 8. I assume this is the 10. Still not the 10. Wild. So now I'm like, okay, I'm moving this. Obviously, if he has, I don't think he has any scouts left, so I didn't keep track. Yeah, I do not plan on posting games just because I won. I want it to be because it's an interesting game, and it was. It went from there's no way I could lose this to oh my god, it's a pretty decent chance I'm screwed. I think my brain said no way is that a 10. You know that has to be by all means his 10 at this point. Like, look at this. He is posturing so much that he can only... His flag has to be here or here. There's nowhere else it can even be. Okay, then I trade because I'm like, okay, we need to get rid of that 7. Okay, finally move my 9 because I'm like, okay, I can finally move my 9 up, and now it's defending the 7 and... So, like, now I have this little situation where he cannot get past this. It doesn't matter if he has a 10. The spy actually is defended. Now, I don't know my exact... I know I can't sack my 3, because there's a chance that I need it. So if he actually kills this 3, I actually don't think I can win the game. And it will be a draw. Yeah, so now... I'm going to use this 5 to figure out which one's the 10. There it is. So now, I'm not worried. Obviously, he forgot that was my 9. And, like, this is the funniest thing, is, like, his 10 doesn't know what to do. What can his 10 do? I mean, I made it pretty obvious this is my spy, but at a certain point, he can't even care. So now I'm just gonna bring in my 6. Oh. Oh, that's... And there it is. That's the game. At a certain point, I think that was a pretty funny game. I'm sure my commentary is very silly. I'm not worried. We'll see you in the next one.